This is Jason from the QuickBooks team. When you connect your bank or credit card with QuickBooks Desktop, you see all your business transactions that cleared your account in the Bank Feed Center. Let's learn how to match or categorize transactions from the bank and set up rules. First, select Banking, then Bank Feeds, and Bank Feeds Center. Think of this window as a waiting room for transactions. Each line represents a separate financial transaction from your bank or credit card. These transactions will not affect your records until you either categorize or add or match them. QuickBooks displays a box for each bank and credit card account you link to your company. This company has a checking account and savings account. Each account lists two balances. The account number balance is the balance according to the latest information from the bank. The in QuickBooks balance is the balance according to the transactions you enter into QuickBooks. These balances may sometimes show a difference. For example, when you spend money with your debit card, you affect your real-world bank balance, but not your QuickBooks balance, because QuickBooks doesn't know about that transaction yet. You also see the number of downloaded transactions awaiting approval. QuickBooks lists the waiting transactions as recognized, partially recognized, or unrecognized. Some transactions QuickBooks lists as recognized because QuickBooks either applies an existing rule or finds a match. You can review recognized transactions one by one, or match multiple transactions by selecting Batch Actions and Add or Confirm. Let's review the recognized transactions one at a time. If QuickBooks applies a rule to your transaction, you see the Rule Applied status, and select Add to enter it in your books. Select Add More Details if you want to enter additional information for the transaction, such as a payee or class. Select Save and Add to Register, or select Cancel to discard your changes and return to the list. Each rule will display in this list and apply to your transactions. You see the rule name and type of transaction it applies to. Select Edit to see details or make changes to your rule. QuickBooks looks for information in the transaction, such as a specific amount or certain words in the description from the bank. When the transaction matches the rule, QuickBooks enters a payee, account, or class. Close this window to return to the list. If you want new rules, select Add Rule. Close this window. A transaction shows as auto-matched when QuickBooks finds a match in your records for the transaction. This includes open bills that you want to match a payment to. If the match is correct, select Confirm to match the transaction to what you have in QuickBooks. Or select the arrow and view details to see the transaction QuickBooks recognizes as the same. If that transaction isn't a match, close the window and select Not a Match. Select the Partially Recognized list to see transactions that QuickBooks has found more than one match for. Select which transaction you want to match to the downloaded transaction and select Add More Details, or Confirm Match. Select Unrecognized to see any other transactions that QuickBooks needs additional info for. You can quickly fill in basic information such as the payee or account directly in the list. Select the correct payee name, then enter the correct account. Select Add More Details if you want to associate the transaction with a specific customer or job, or add a class. When you have all the details, select Add. This moves the transaction to the Added to Register list. Here you see all the transactions that actually affect your in QuickBooks balance and your reports. You can double-click on the line to see how the transaction appears in QuickBooks. If you see a transaction that you think should be a match, select the Action drop-down arrow and Match to Existing Transactions. QuickBooks shows a list of all the possible open or unmatched transactions from the last 30 days. To see more transactions, select Show All, or select a specific type to filter the list. Suppose this payment is for multiple bills. you can select each bill that it pays to match it to more than one. Then select Save and Add to register, or Cancel to discard your changes and return to the list. Now you're ready to match and add transactions in your bank feed center.